Welcome, mortal kind, to Quest Accepted, a tabletop role-playing game run by a ton of awesome nerds. If you are following along, this is session 2 of our prequel campaign for two of our players, Amanda as Vagari and Steve as Sabhir, and we have one of our wonderful guests here, Breakfast King as Khadijah. Say hi, intrepid heroes!
Hi,
why, hello!
Little homage to our boy Brendan Lee Mulligan, Prince of My Heart, Dungeon Master that I pray to every night. Matt Mercer too. So I don't really have any announcements. I guess we can just get started if everybody's ready for that. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So let's just set up some music.
What if I was just like, actually, let's postpone till tomorrow?
I would be like, all right, fine, you can go. We'll see what happens to Vagari in your absence.
She did. It's
Nothing
fine.
would happen to Vagari.
Khadijah just casually kills
so.
him. It's like, well, I only don't have any more champions left.
Why am I floating down this creek?
How about 1.5
In a
champions?
coffin.
Does that do anything for you?
When we last left off, Khadijah, the shifter ranger and Diron, or protector, of the Mahdi family's youngest daughter Nadia, collected her new travel companions, the gladiators, Vagari the Goliath and Sabhir the Leonin. Accompanied by Khadijah's hawk Haya, you three started your journey to Haya to collect a set of jewels commissioned by Nadia's mother Dilara, and where Vagari and Sabhir have been set up to compete in the opening fights of the newly founded Dawama Coliseum. You all rented a small boat to make your way down the Nar, where all was pleasant until something shiny caught the eye of Khadijah. You pulled off to investigate the source of the reflective item when you were suddenly ambushed by a pair of kobolds seemingly as minions to a strange yuan tea. You managed to swiftly overcome the attack, adding a Nar crocodile to the list of casualties from the encounter. You have now set up camp, where you plan to get some much-needed rest for the night, and have established your order of watches, which I have here as Khadijah first, then Vagari, then Sabhir. Are you all still holding to that watch order?
Yeah.
Perfect. Then we'll leave off basically where you guys left off. You guys managed to dispatch these kobolds, a Nar crocodile, and this yuan tea, which I believe, Sabhir, you took all of the items off the yuan tea, correct?
Yes. Yes, it did.
All right. I'll let you guys do whatever it is that you want to do before you set camps and we start rolling perception checks for watches.
Roll 20.
Yeah, we can be on roll 20. I mean, there's not really a whole lot. That's where we left off. That's the battlefield that was left off for y'all. But
Can we make the immediate area around us maybe a little less corpsey?
we certainly can.
I'll
go ahead and just get rid of.
I think that they add a nice sense of decorum.
So there you go. There's Hayam, there's Vagari, there's Sabhir, and there's Khadijah. The last thing that you guys saw and heard was Khadijah climbed up this hill chasing one of the kobolds that was running away. You guys heard terror screams of this kobold and then sudden silence. And all you see is Khadijah walking back off of the cliff, having her features all animalistic, suddenly going back to normal. The camp is yours.
These, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I will walk up to Vagari and whisper, I do not believe that she is what she seems.
What do you mean by that?
There's something to her. Something
Yeah,
different.
she is a hunter and a murderer. That's why I'm not going to run away at this point. I don't know if there was something else you were trying to hint at.
Nah, I could be seeing things. Anyway,
Well-
we should set up for camp.
Yes, I'd agree. We can set up. I don't know what exactly this is, but I'd imagine that this is what caused that whole ruckus earlier. I walk over to the pot of gold.
Yeah, so what you see are there are actually 5 gold pieces there. The rest of what's essentially a makeshift chest out of really crappy materials is filled with rocks, the top layer of which has been painted yellow.
Oh, these are some very nice rocks, Sabhir. I think I've heard of this somewhere before. Like, is it geocaching? Anyway, I think maybe I'll save some of these. They are very pretty and very nicely painted.
I never
stashed
knew
some.
you were somebody who loved rocks. I shall pick some up along the way.
Yes, maybe Khadijah would want these gold pieces, I don't know. But these rocks are really speaking to me.
Watching them admiring these weird rocks. What are they doing?
Hey man, being in captivity your entire life will do stuff to your mind.
Yeah.
I will grab the bodies and I will dispose of them. I'll make shallow graves, not by the water, but a little bit more inland.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna see if I could like sweep the perimeter or something just to make sure nothing's gonna sneak up on us.
Go for it. Make a perception check.
Ooh. What is my perception? Okay, cool. That's a 14 plus 7. 21.
21. I'll say at this point you don't really see anything. Any animals that were in the area have basically fled because of the combat and the chaos and all that. What was the total number? 21?
Mm-hmm.
By the dead Yuan-Ti's corpse, which you see Sabhir going towards to collect from the other side of the river, there is, if you can see on the map, there's a little bit of like a pathway, like not a pathway, but like there's like hills on either side of it. Behind one of the pathways, you do manage to see a small shadow. You're not exactly sure what it was. Maybe it was a fleeing animal. It looks reptile in nature, that just like ducked behind and like looks like it was like running away.
How far does it look like it is now?
From you,
Yeah.
it's like well over 170 feet, 170 feet. So
Oh.
you don't get the best look at it, but you do see, I mean, there are other things scampering away, but this one looks slightly bigger than everything else.
Do I think it might be a kobold?
It's up to you.
Mhm. I'll return to the other two with this information. We might be ambushed tonight, so we should be wary. I think I saw a kobold running away. Not entirely sure, though.
Be ambushed a second time by kobolds again. Is it possible that maybe we should perhaps find somewhere else to stay for tonight?
How far does it look like from, like, sunset?
The sun is starting to get low. I think you might have like another half hour to an hour worth of sunlight, until it gets to be like, until the stars start to come out.
We don't have much.
I do
You
not
what?
like being ambushed. What if we were to ambush them? Take the bodies in which we disposed of. Set it up like camp. Hide somewhere else.
Very tricky, Sabhir.
I
I like that idea, but I don't know where we would go.
I like the idea too, but only a half hour of light is left, and then we really don't know what's going to come out. We could face another gator if we continue down the river.
We could even set up a camp here, make it look like they are camping out, and then we could potentially stay across the river, perhaps behind the shrubbery over there and the rocks, and maybe that would be enough to catch their attention, and we could either run or come up with a plan.
Start a campfire, and then we hide in shadow.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, let's do the decoy campsite.
Well, if that is the case, I will be over here collecting twigs and whatnot in order to make a campfire.
I will go ahead and dig up the shallow graves and put back the dirt. And and then I'll start making it look, dropping my bedroll, putting the, cleaning up whatever bodies. It doesn't stain it, but
Right.
putting the body like it's sleeping in a bedroll. And putting
Gotcha.
whatever is necessary to make it look like it's my length, because they were kobolds.
Make either a survival or a performance check.
Can I help him with that?
Yeah, you can help him.
Yeah.
All right, I shall roll survival. All right. 21. Won't you do something for me?
21. Your weekend at Freddy's? What is it?
I don't know.
Weekend at Freddy'sing it.
Oh, no, sorry. The movie is Weekend at Bernie's.
Thank you,
Yes.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I didn't know what you
Yeah,
were
your
referencing.
Weekend at Bernie'sing it. It looks fairly realistic to your eyes.
Hell yeah.
And so you guys are going to hide and just observe camp for a while?
Yeah, I come back with twigs and branches and things I found, and where I am at right here, I'm gonna go ahead and start a campfire to help with making the decoy seem realistic.
Okay.
I think if we set the bodies around this campfire, this is close enough, we should be able to see them from across the river.
Yes. This is good. Can I make a survival check to sort of see like what the tracks are? Like if there's like if it looks like were a lot of people like sort of lying in wait earlier.
You're just going to investigate the general area to see like how many people may have been present?
Well, where I think the kobold sort of ran off from. Like I want to know if like he ran off alone or if there's been like a lot of people in this area. Or...
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
All right. That's an 8.
The problem with sand and the nature of the desert biome is that sand shifts very easily, especially from any creature walking by it or the wind. So tracking, while you are very good at it, you know that in the desert it has to be done. Even in this vegetated area, it's still not all that green and such. And so you know that when you have to track, it has to be almost immediate in the desert. Otherwise, it's likely that the wind will do something to the tracks. So you don't quite pick up much. You will. I'll say that you do catch the path that the seeming kobold took, but you can't really glean if there was what. Like it could. It looks like it could have gotten down on two. If it ran on two legs, or got down on all four and just started like, galloping on all four legs.
Right.
Either one is likely.
Okay.
Set up. I'm going to go ahead and set up base on the other side. I think to not distract from the decoy, I'm just going to basically have light fire, hot coals, that way we don't get too cold once the sun sets. And
Good.
I'm going to go ahead and set up over here.
Gotcha.
across the river.
You
Or
drive.
perhaps behind where this rock is and shrubbery, so we're kind of hidden from the other side.
Just FYI, where you are approximately is where Khadijah saw the kobold run away from. Or the potential kobold run away from.
Maybe
Just
we
just
should...
letting you know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should... Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm trying to zoom out of the map more. Was the kobold on this side or this side?
On this side.
Okay, this side. Maybe we should
the west bank of the river.
Khadijah, do you think that this would be a good place to set up camp?
That's where the kobold ran off from. So it's probably where they're going to come in from.
Do you see perhaps a better spot? We could go a little upstream or a little downstream.
Just like looking at the little map on the Roll20. If we wanted to do a proper ambush, if we are expecting an ambush, it might be good to have a melee fighter hiding out around here. That way we can
That
properly
sounds
ambush
good to
them.
me.
Unless you have any ranged attacks from which we can shoot from across the river.
Well, I do have this spear and a dagger, but I'm pretty limited with the range.
Just for added stealth, is it starting to get sundown?
Sun's going down.
Okay. I will walk into the water and start to grab the mud that's or make mud and start putting it on my fur, trying to darken the colors.
All right.
And then I would like to, since I am a melee fighter as well, I'll walk across and I'll kind of this is like an edge to get up, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then I would like to try to set myself up here and just kind of like plaster myself against the back wall, but in a way to where I can just lay down and, just keep eyes open on where the campsite is.
Sounds good. All right, and then you guys are setting up camp on the east bank where the boat is parked over here?
Yes.
Or should we have the camp here? That way it's easier to sort of... We're not forcing them to cross the river to sort of ambush us. I don't know. I think it's strategy. Like, are they willing to go over a river to get to us?
You guys can take this fire pit. It's controlled by all of you. You guys can put that fire pit wherever you want on the map.
Right where I want it. I'll
All
never
right,
see it
smartass.
coming. What do you guys think?
Either across. Wait.
Okay, so basically right or left, where the kobold went from.
East or west. The kobold, the potential possible kobold that you may have seen was on the west bank of this particular vein of the Nar Delta and ran westwardly. That's what you caught a glimpse of something that ran from the west bank westwardly, like into the desert, away from the vegetation.
Let's make them cross the river. Alright.
Let them.
Up above, across the river on these big rocks, that will give us enough of a view aerially, and if they do come for us, there is a river that will impede their ability to cross and maybe give us more time to think. But that is just Vagari's opinion. I don't know if you think something better.
If they are sending more troops, it might be better for it to be across where we have it now. So that way scouts go first and separate potential ambush.
Yes, I think that work, and if ambush happens, Vagari can just run across the river with axe and chop off their heads.
I like the way you think.
Vagari
trying
is
to
fearless
take-
runner.
I'm trying to take page from Heartrender.
Yes. Well, at that rate, I think we are all in agreement. So, the sun is setting. I say get comfortable. Perhaps Sabir is onto something with the mud. I will do the same, and I guess we wait.
I'm gonna try to hide with the shrubbery here, and have Hayam just, I guess, stay on my shoulder because I don't want to exhaust him all night.
A shrubbery.
Fair enough. All right. Let's have everybody roll stealth checks, please.
Does the mud do anything, sir?
Yes, you roll with advantage.
Oh my god! No!
If
I
you
got a
did,
nat one.
if you did the mud, you roll with advantage.
Okay, great God.
Cool thing
I
is
was
I
like-
have disadvantage. I have
I was like,
disadvantage
little did you
already.
know, I picked bioluminescent mud.
My
I rolled-
skin is glowing.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, no.
Hey, that's totally fine. I rolled a 7.
I rolled an unnatural 20. I don't know what you guys are doing.
At least it's not bioluminescent anymore.
We are super stealthy.
I'm naturally, I'm just like,
Don't be suspicious.
I'm like on the ground. I'm like completely stealthed out, and I look over there, and I just see them like covering themselves in mud and like trying to be flat on the ground, and like he's like catching on the shininess of the mud.
You're literally seeing them like talking to each other, like, we're so fucking stealthy. Yeah, man, we're so good. This is amazing. Like, you just look how fucking still I am. I'm so still. I'm invisible.
This was such a good idea. I can't believe I thought of it.
Don't be
Don't be suspicious.
Don't
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
All right, everybody roll a perception check.
Oh
Oh God.
All right.
Please be better.
I got on that one.
No!
I got a 13. Why are we rolling like this? No!
Wait, can I roll for Hayam as well?
Roll for Hayam as well.
Great. I don't know what his stats are.
Yep, fuck this. I mean,
I got
frick this dice.
I got a 9 anyway. It's probably like a +1 or 2 anyways.
We're rated R. You can cuss. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I use every curse word imaginable right now. Make up ones for
Guys!
So just FYI, you can't really crit, fail, or succeed on an ability. So you can just, even if you roll a nat 1, you can still add your modifier.
But it's funny.
It is funnier, but yeah. So what are your totals?
It would be an
6.
8 for me.
13.
6, 8, and 13.
I mean, I have my my passive perception if you want it. That doesn't feel-
It's
it feels kind of
15,
like
isn't it?
It's 17.
It's 17. Okay.
Mine is 15.
So sun starts to go down. You hunker down into your stealth spots, and you observe. 10 minutes go by. 30 minutes. An hour. 2 hours. The sun has gone down. The stars have come to light up the sky now. And you can see the daughters of Anara in the sky, the 2 moons, one of them waning, the other one crescent. 3 hours go by. 4 hours go by. No activity.
I'm just gonna shout out to them, at least in 2 hours in. Just rest.
Yeah, if you guys want to take a short rest while you're doing this, you're welcome to.
I'm starting to get
I
sleepy.
think Sabir and I were on 2nd and 3rd watch anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you guys can take a short rest without needing to take a long rest right now, but
I
But
got
yeah,
you.
after a few hours, it looks like, the Nar is still. There are sounds of frogs and of insects. Doesn't look like anything's happening.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call them to camp at this rate. It's like I can see you. Come over. I can see you over there.
You talked about me?
Yes.
Well,
You're covered
Let's
in
make-
mud.
well, I thought I was being suspicious. Sabhir, do you want to stay over here? Sabhir, wake up.
Yeah.
Do
Yes.
do you want to stay over here? I'm going to go over and check with Khadijah really quick.
If nothing has happened, I'm going to take a bath and then go to bed.
Okay, I would say that's fair. I will wake you up if anything happens. And so I walk across the river quietly, kind of around the bend where the fire is, and then to Khadijah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down and just go back down to the fire and meet you midway.
Oh, okay, that works too.
Yeah.
Cool. You drug
Alright.
me with you.
Alright. I think it might have been a bit of a false alarm. We'll continue one person on watch, but we need a rest.
Better safe than sorry, you never know, because frankly, I was not expecting that first ambush to begin with, so...
I will leisurely go into the water and get all the mud off, and then join them by the fire, and kick the dead body out of my bedroll.
Oh, yeah.
You do
Well,
so.
I'll slowly remove all the dead bodies from all the
Yeah.
other bedrolls.
Khadijah, I know you've been up all night. Do you want to take a rest and I can take over from here?
Alright. I'll take a rest then.
Okay, I will perch myself up a little bit higher so I can see if anything's coming from afar. And I just go up on the rock nearby that's maybe a little higher in elevation and sit.
I'm going to quickly roll for the short rest healing.
Okay. Just to get that out of the way in case something happens. Fair enough.
And
I don't feel like the middle of combat. Hold on, I healed.
I have taken a short
That's fine.
rest, by the way, when I was over there. But for now, I will.
Wake me up if anything happens, Vagari.
Sabir.
Okay.
I'll snuggle up.
So Vagari's taking the first watch then.
Oh, I thought that Khadijah already
Or
took the
sorry,
first watch,
Khadijah's taking the
technically.
first watch. Yeah, my bad. Khadijah's taking the first watch. Right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So you guys go to bed. Khadijah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeehaw, let's go.
Hayam can get one too.
Alright.
Hayam
rolled-
gets one at disadvantage because it's dark. And I don't believe that Hayam has dark vision.
I rolled a 13 plus 7, so a natural 20. And Hayam will get, that's an 8 and 13, so an 8 plus 2, so 10.
Okay. Hayam's kind of snoozing next to you. He's like having
I
a
just
tough
start
time.
scratching his head and just like, it's okay.
Yeah, you're just like you're scratching his head, you're like chilling him out. You do see 3 little like shadows on the other side of the bank. And as they get closer to the water, the moon flecks off of the water. It's just 3 little fennec foxes that go to drink. They notice you observing them and they quickly run away. Aside from that, your watch goes undisturbed.
Alright. I pass the time looking over the letter I have.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna wake up Vagari?
Yeah. Oi. Vagari.
My turn.
Yes.
Alright, I guess get some rest and I'll let you know if I see anything suspicious.
Alright, there are some foxes about.
Well, foxes aren't of much concern, at least not at the time being.
And I go to bed.
All right. Vagari, go ahead and roll your perception check.
I got a 17.
17. The moons have moved on from the horizon and they're high up in the sky now. The stars dot in the sky above you, and you can see what is essentially a conglomeration of stars that forms this like large sort of column in the sky. And as the hours pass, you can see this like large column like shift in the night sky. A very gentle breeze brushes your skin. It's very quiet, very peaceful. And the difference between this night and your nights in the Almagid Arena is more than anything the smell of fresh air, of plants, of it's not blood, it's not musky, it's not dust filled. This is a very serene, natural environment, something that it's not very common to you. But your watch in as far as any unwanted visitors goes undisturbed.
I'm going to walk down from my post and go to Sabhir. Hey, Sabhir.
Yes.
I didn't mean to startle you. I was just going to say, it's getting kind of late. I'm getting a bit tired. I was going to see if you could take over the rest of the night.
Of course. Let me get ready.
And,
all right, and I will say, before you start, as long as nothing is going on, I think you're really going to enjoy the night sky. It is much different than back home. It's very peaceful. I know I personally reminisce about my parents and, being out and harvesting and the coastline. It's just very relaxing, so take advantage of the fresh air while you can.
I think I will. Get some sleep, Vagari.
I will. Good night, Sabhir.
I'll perch myself up with my spear on my shoulder, and I'll just look out.
All right, make a perception check.
Let's not use that dice. Let's use this one. Haha!
That'll make a difference.
Little did you know they're weighted.
Told you it'll make a difference. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was it a 1?
It was a 1.
was
2
a
1s in a
one.
row.
For a total of 7, I believe.
6.
6. Do Leonins have dark vision? Do you have dark vision?
Let me see.
It'd be weird for him to not have it.
I do have dark vision.
You do have dark vision. Fair enough.
Up to 60 feet.
Cool. You are aware of your surroundings. You not only have a clear vision of the plants and the water, like your senses are like dialed up. You are a lion in the savannah. This is your domain. The thing that keeps distracting you is in the periphery of your vision. You see a wisp of something, and every time you turn to look at it, it's gone. And this happens multiple times throughout your watch. You can't quite catch it. It's a wisp. It's really hard to catch. Just as soon as it arrives, it's gone.
Huh.
Aside from that, yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said, huh. Like I was.
It gets to the point where you're like, I'm not even sure, like, am I so understimulated that I'm hallucinating? Is kind of the feeling that you get. It's like you're not really sure if there's something there to begin with. You're maybe just paranoia or anxiety. But your watch goes undisturbed. The last remnants of the stars hide away into the orange dawn sky. The early morning mist coalesces around the palms and the stones on the Nar's banks. All is still. As the sun slowly creeps over the horizon, the mist around you refracts the light, giving your surroundings a sort of early morning glow. You can see the particles of mist and of wind and other such debris in the area, and it's very like an enchanting sort of oasis feeling is what you get. The mist begins to slowly dissipate as the sun creeps higher over the horizon, bringing with it a light breeze that slowly picks up as if gently roused from its night's respite as well. Your watch goes undisturbed, and all three of you get a long rest. So go ahead and mark that for y'all. Get your hit points back and all the good stuff.
Nice.
All right, cool beans.
So, Sabhir, your two companions are still asleep.
Oh, yes. I will start to go by the fire and take some of the gator meat and start to cook breakfast in hopes that the smell wakes them up.
Yeah, make a survival
And-
check. Well, why not?
Okay.
You can't fail this, but we'll just see how good you manage to make croc meat taste.
14.
14. A little gamey, but you know what? Under the circumstances, pretty damn good. Gordon Ramsay would be impressed.
The old god, Gordon Ramsay.
The old god, the god of culinary rights in Clareza.
Be right back. Changing classes. Swapping teams.
Yeah, so I go ahead and cook that, and if they're still not waking up, I'll start like making a little bit more noise and starting to clang tools together, kind of rouse them up from a sleep naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And I get up. Davin, are you cooking breakfast?
Why, yes. Own specialty. Fresh meat this time.
Wow, it sounds amazing. I don't know. Have we ever even eaten crocodile before?
I don't think we've ever eaten fresh meat.
Wow, quite a delicacy. This does call for a special occasion. I'm going to go get some seawater and boil off some salt at the fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were going to drink it. It's okay.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't know much, but my survival skills did teach me about dysentery. No, thank you. Go, and I grab some seawater and I start prepping it to boil off some salt.
You make the 300-mile trek to the coast where there is seawater.
Oh, I thought this was
This is a river. It's all fresh water.
I am fierce runner. I run for miles.
Just books it.
Okay, well then, in that case, Vagari is going to look around to see if she can find some herbs or like anything that can like embellish it.
Just high knee runs.
Make a
I'll be
survival.
right back.
Vagari is the flash.
I was like,
Make a
wow.
survival check.
Hey guys, give me some slack. Vagari has a very low intelligence score. It's okay.
I only take hard-earned fresh water. None of these handouts.
I think you're smarter than
Fuck
me,
nature.
though.
I make my own water. God damn it.
Put some
Okay,
salt
well I'm
in the
still
fresh
looking
water.
for herbs. Pretend that didn't happen.
Make a survival check.
You know what? I'm here for it. Dang. Okay. I got a 21.
21.
Find salt
Okay.
water somehow.
Somehow I miraculously find salt in the river.
It's just me like sprinkling salt into the boiling water.
You manage to. It's not so much that there are like particular herbs or spices naturally around, but what you manage to do is these palms, while they don't necessarily have coconuts, you are able to carve them up a little bit, and the heart of the palm is very soft and it makes for a really nice sort of like basically the starch of the meal. And it has some sweetness to it, but that can be burned off as while cooking to make it a little more savory. So you manage to chop down a few palms, get the heart of the palm, which is nice and soft, very malleable, and adds a lot of essentially calories to the meal that would otherwise be purely protein.
And look what I found. This I don't really know what this is, but it looks and feels and almost even tastes like it may be edible and quite delicious. So I say we give it a shot.
Yeah, let's add it in.
And then we have breakfast.
Khadijah.
I'll look over.
Now-
Is Khadijah still asleep?
Nah, I think Haya probably started biting me when he smelled the meat cooking. Ow, I'm just gonna I just watch you guys as you're I'm just observing you guys as you do your own morning routine.
Mm-hmm. Get the food, crawl into a ball, and eat it.
Quite amazing. I don't know how we're going to be able to go back to Arena living and dining after all this. And this is only day 2. Imagine what else we're going to find on the way there.
Indeed.
Khadijah, we should take the long way around. Really get the experience. Maybe never go back.
Yes, I do think that Davin is onto something here.
As much as I would like to agree with you, I do have my own duties.
You're such a party pooper.
Yes, less crocodile for you.
It's not the first time I've heard that.
Well, I guess we can just enjoy it while we can. I'm gonna take a quick dip in the water before we set off again. And I go in just to rinse off and kind of refresh myself.
Khadijah contemplates how much of a party pooper she is.
All right, you do know that there are roughly 2 days before you make it to Raim, the town that you were basically told that is the next stop franchise, closest one to Haya.
Shall we get going?
Yes, onto the boat we go.
Do we have any leftovers that we could take with us?
Of course we do. Did you see how big that crocodile was?
Amazing. Well, let's pack it up. I'll kick some dirt over the fire and we can make our way over to the boat and head out.
Alright. And board the boat and usher them on.
All right. You disassemble camp best you can, collect your things, get on the boat.
Khadijah, did you grab the 5 coins from the chest?
Oh, no, I did not. Do you want it?
I mean, I will take them, but I don't know what really I'll do with them. I'll just hold on to them for now. Maybe it will come of use later. So
Maybe buy
I take the
yourself
5
something
gold.
nice at the city.
Wow.
Time permitted, of course.
Khadijah, we are going to be good friends. You know that?
I'm glad to hear you say that. Alright.
All right.
Well,
So you guys get on the boat and you make your way down the Nar.
The what?
Extreme.
Shredding the Nar! Can we shred our
The
boat? Can we
Nar.
build a motor?
Yeah. It's super gnarly, bro.
Shredding some Nar.
Can I roll an athletics check to do a kickflip with the boat?
You want to kickflip the boat? Sure.
Why, yes, bro.
It's a DC. It's a DC 40. Anything below, and you get eaten by a croc.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
Well, good thing for you, I have a plus 29 in my athletics.
Yeah. You guys make your way down the Nar. Sun starts to come up in the sky a little more. It's mid-morning. Y'all can make perception checks. Hayam can make a perception check.
Cool.
All right, this has worked in the past for
Do
me.
I got a
see.
13.
I've rolled another 14, so 21.
16.
Oh yeah, I am got a 5,
Alright.
so 7. My bird can't see anything.
Yeah, Hayam's a little more preoccupied fishing than he is actually keeping an eye out for anything dangerous. He's just like, oh man, super fresh fish from the Nar right here.
Like
This is amazing.
I make a show of like commanding him to go like search, and he just goes in for going for the fish. Like, this usually works, I swear. This never happens.
He does at one point go off to where you told him to search, but he just comes back with a rat that he picked up.
That's very sweet of you, Hayam. Thank you.
He brings you gifts. That is nice.
Yes, he's a
They
very
go well with the crocodile.
Yes. He's a very strong bird, both physically and willfully.
Yes, well, he is strong-spirited, that one.
Yes. Regardless of what circumstances that puts me into.
So, Khadijah, I have a question for you. You've been down this river before going where we are going.
I have.
Are there perhaps any small towns or cities on the way?
DM?
You have, at this point, actually passed a couple of very small... I wouldn't even call them towns. I'd call them hamlets. Like 20 people, maybe, mostly making their living off of what they can grow on the banks of the Nar and what they can fish out of there. Occasionally, maybe making trade with whoever might come through. And the Delta has many veins, essentially. So there, you're taking what is the fastest route to this particular town. So the larger sort of like more mercantile boats are not necessarily the ones that you're going to be seeing on parts of your path. Unless you choose to take the very wide portions of the Nar, in which case you will see larger cities and like not really cities, but larger towns and larger sea vessels going up and down. But the safer path is to take these smaller ones where there's less dangers, a little more control. But it is entirely up to you. But you have passed a few hamlets. You know, there's a few towns between here and Raim. But Raim is like a larger one. That is one that does accept larger mercantile vessels and does have a little more trade. It's kind of like a prime location in the Nar Delta to be like an intermediary position for multiple cities.
Okay, so we're gonna stop by there on our way, or?
Raim is where you stop.
No, stop.
And then from Raim, you guys will take the road to Haya. Now, you can go all the way down the Nar out to the coast and then sail your way across Haya, but that's going to, like, quadruple your journey.
Let's go, we're going to scenic...
Yeah, Nadia can wait. Fuck Nadia.
No, not Nadia!
No, Nadia can wait. Whoever she is. Let's go scenic route. Never go back.
No, we'll be stopping at a city before continue our way to Haya.
Amazing. So, we will be taking an extensive break there then.
Extensive, maybe one night.
Amazing. I am so excited for this. Another city, and I mean, I know we're not free, but it is as if we have freedom to do what we want, correct? Within your reason, of course. We aren't going to do anything totally ridiculous and stupid.
No, we would never do that.
Can I make an insight check on that statement?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Can I do it on the
Vagari
fly?
and Sabhir, roll either deception or persuasion, whichever one you think is most appropriate for whatever you guys are trying to convey.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 16 plus.
Of course you do.
I can switch my other dice. I don't know what it
I
is
thought
for
we
this
were
one.
friends.
So, Vagari, Sabhir, what does Khadijah glean off of you guys as you're saying, no, we won't do anything untoward or out of your purview as our stand-in handler?
Really just excited to be in a new town and try new things, and the excitement's kind of getting to her, and she may potentially get in some trouble.
I mainly want to see what I could probably get with those 5 coins that we found.
Fair enough.
No, wherever and whatever. So it probably will end up bad.
I mean, not necessarily. You never know, you know?
I just like look at the two of them like, I see. My only requirement with going through the town is to keep a low profile and to stick with me. Marco, how well known am I? Like, I'm supposed to be keeping like a low profile. Like, is my name well known, or do I have to go by a different name to keep found?
The thing that would make you most recognized is the symbology that you wear primarily. Now, you have a very distinctive hawk, and because you're the Dorim of Nadia, the youngest daughter, the younger siblings are not typically somebody who most people would care about. It's usually the oldest siblings that people care about. So you do have some level of anonymity, but you rolled a 94 for your prestige, and you have met King Saif.
Oh no.
So there may or may not be rumors about you out and about. Like, some of the feats that you've managed to do are... It's not that, like, you are in your own right a super badass, but that little extra luck in those few moments of those few tasks that you had made your actions go from remarkable to fucking legend. That's what a 94 got you. So there may or may not be whispers of the Bloodhawked Ranger.
Okay, I'm gonna have to hide Hayam, which is a task.
Yes, it is.
I don't have to worry so much about my name as I am just worried about the bird.
Stuff in a jacket.
Okay. Hayam is a chick. I used to carry him in my coat. Would he be amenable to that, or does he just have to fly above me the entire time?
Make an animal handling check, and I'll tell you what, you can do it at advantage.
Thank you. That's a 15.
Get the back.
So that's a 15 plus
Sure.
5, so unnatural 20.
Hayam would be amenable to being... It's at first he fights you a little bit, but you can kind of see the childlike wonder of, like, you know, when you used to like fall asleep on the couch and then you would wake up in your bed because your like parents like picked you up while you were asleep and put you in bed. Hayam gets that sort of like, oh, this is happening again, and he gets a little excited about it. So he's like, yeah, I'll happily curl up underneath Mama's wings.
Oh, I'm gonna be careful with bites. Because I can't really pull them out.
I mean, you know, like, Hayam is not the only Bloodhawk, but he is a Bloodhawk.
It's in combination with me. This is the problem.
Right. It is, again, the symbology would be the most the most like telling item upon you.
I mean, would Hayam also be okay with like flying way above like the city? And just, you know, general keeping an eye on me, but like not interacting?
He's your bird. You tell me.
Then yes. I feel
Yeah.
like I've done like more like low key stuff before and had him sort of in the sky and not interacting with me.
Yeah, you're no stranger to stealth missions.
Okay, yeah.
to discretion. I mean, you walk around with the youngest daughter of one of the 12 families. While she is not necessarily the center of political inquiry, she's one of the 12 noble families. Like, that carries a lot of weight. So discretion has been necessary for some of your excursions.
Okay, yeah. I'll just have Hayam like stay far above. Then for going into the city. And I'm still talking to those. Going into the city. Just call me Deja rather than Khadijah. It's trying to keep low profile.
Deja. Okay.
That works. I was going to say it could give you nickname Blood Killer, but that probably not be very inconspicuous.
Not inconspicuous, but I don't think I've been called that before.
Don't worry, Khadijah. I will come up with a nickname for you before this trip is over.
Right, well,
Deja the Blood Killer.
Deja the Blood Killer has a nice ring to it, but for now we stick with Deja. We go with Deja's plan.
Thank you. Yes, and I will help you figure out something to spend those 5 gold on in the city if that's your desire. Unless you want to save it for Haya.
Well, in Haya we have to fight, but here we can spend.
This is true.
You could also spend in Haya. It's up to you.
I say we just live our lives. If we see something, great. If we see something and we want to come back, or we don't see anything at all. But, I mean, the food out here has got to be impeccable. I'm sure if we don't find something to buy, we will find something to eat. Am I wrong?
Marco, I have enough money to buy everyone food, right?
You have...
I have as much as I need for plot convenience.
Then what about all the skater meat?
You have enough for a fairly decent per diem for essentially 3 weeks worth of traveling. It's going to take you about a week and a half to get to Haya. Should take you about a week and a half to get back, roughly.
All right.
So you have a little more than 3 weeks worth of per diem, and because you are acting handler of Qaid Elam, you have a little extra that was given to you so that you may take care of his gladiators.
Great.
Yeah. It's not going to be like 5-star hotels. You're not going to have like a hero's feast every night. But it's enough.
Conspicuous at all.
Yeah, no, it's enough to keep you guys well fed and comfortable at night for whatever stops you guys may be making into any inns.
All right, great. Yeah. When we're there, maybe I'll buy you guys a very unique good meal.
We are living, David. I'm excited for this. Is there anything else in the town you recommend we do?
Anything that keeps a low profile, so afraid not going off and having too much fun there.
Okay, I will keep all fun internal to the best of my abilities. Eh, Davin?
No fun to be had whatsoever.
Oh, fine.
Understood.
Understood.
Okay.
I'll jam my spear into the bottom of the boat. No kidding.
Make an attack roll.
No!
You guys make a stop on the riverbanks for your second night. What are the watch orders here?
Moi.
First, Khadijah. Second, Sabhir. And third, Vagari. All right, everybody make a perception check in order. So Khadijah first.
Okay. That's a 5 plus 7, so 12.
12. Not a whole lot more to see. You see a fish flop out of the water at one point. It's literally it.
Get him!
Make an attack roll for Hayam. At disadvantage because it's dark.
Oh, well, it's a 13 and a 13 plus 5, 18. Does it get the fish?
18 will be sufficient to catch a fish.
Good job, Haya.
All right. Your watch otherwise goes undisturbed. Sabhir.
All right.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. If you didn't
Natural
hear
20.
that, I'm sorry.
I did hear.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. It was the first one.
Something over the last 2 nights of being out in the open has definitely almost awoken something in you about like being the fucking king of the jungle, the king of the savannah, of the plains, like out here. And it just, you are entirely in tune with your surroundings. And anything that is a perceivable threat, you manage to recognize it as not a threat. And most things that come by and see you kind of like make their way onward without attempting to bother you. So your watch goes undisturbed.
Nice.
Vagari.
Rolled 7.
You rolled a what?
A 7.
A 7.
Yes.
It is super exciting to be out of the arena. What about being out here is particularly attention grabbing to you? What of what you're seeing and what you're experiencing is just has all of your attention?
So normally I'm accustomed to like stargazing. Sometimes I would sneak out of the arena at night and stargaze close by if I got the opportunity. And there would be like some of a breeze, but it would be kind of stagnant. But out here with like the breeze kind of encapsulating the smell of like actual vegetation, and like there's like a crisp humidity to it. Like it almost smells refreshing.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know if there's fireflies out here or not.
There are, yeah.
So that would also catch my attention.
Yeah.
Just like the plethora of them and like just having minimal light outside of like their luminescence.
The beauty and tranquility of a natural world that you were not necessarily as keen on appreciating in your younger years, having taken it for granted in your youth, is you're definitely making up for lost time in the environment that you find yourself in. That being said, your watch also goes undisturbed. All right. You guys can make one more camp on the Nar, or you guys can kind of push through the night and make it to Raim around like 2 a.m. if you guys decide to continue on the water.
I think for keeping a low profile, showing up. Are the gates open at night?
You would know. So Raim doesn't really have like walls and gates. It's a smaller village. Like as far as towns and villages go, it's pretty sizable, but it's by no means a city. There are many ports, and you guys know that you guys need to make it to the Nar River Adventures port is where you guys rented the boat from. So the franchise that you'll be reaching out is there. But you guys should be able to, there may be one inn that's open 24/7 that can accept new guests at a late hour in a village this size.
I'll present the options to my travel companions.
Do so.
Yes, so we can arrive there without having to make camp again, but we'll arrive very late. Or we make camp out here and then end up going there midday.
We do go there in the middle of the night. Does that mean that we get real beds? Like
If we get
comfortable
there-
beds, not like beds in our cells, but like real, comfortable. I hear they're called down feather. I don't know what that means. Maybe there are a bunch of chickens on it. I'm okay with sleeping on chickens. It sounds comfortable. I don't know.
We
Are they
will
live chickens or dead chickens?
No, dead is morbid. I don't know why that would be relaxing. They'd be like
Well,
friendly, calm chickens.
I mean, I'm only assuming if you were to lay down on live chickens, they would walk away, so they might be dead.
Well, if it's a luxury for everyone else, I'm sure there's something appealing to it we just haven't seen yet. Would that be the case, Disha? Do you think we could sleep on dead chicken beds?
Yeah, Deja, the blood killer.
We will spend one night in the city, regardless of what time we show up at.
Well, it sounds like nothing but good for us. We either get down feather bed, or we explore the town. Either way, I am going with that option. So my vote is to go late at night.
I am with Vagari always.
All right, then we'll push through.
Awesome. Let's go, Davin. Grab your oar and some gator meat. We are in it for the long haul.
I stand on the boat like Washington crossing the Delaware. Just, we just something you should not do on a boat. That side.
But on
It's
the
like, we don't
on
do
like the
that.
opposite side, so you're just going.
Fair enough. You guys push through the night. Luckily, the moon gives you enough light. It's kind of hard to make out some of the docks. There are like guards that are patrolling the docks. Not much more activity beyond that, and they've got a few torches and stuff like that. And it's kind of tough to make out the signs, but after a while, you do manage to find a smaller port. So Raim is a small village, like many that make their place along the veins of the Nar Delta. It's only slightly larger due to the level of traffic that this place sees. So you do see a multitude of docks of varying purposes. Like I said, mercantile ships are handled by much larger docks, but you do see the Nar River adventures at some point in time. As you go ahead and kind of pull in, two guards kind of approach. One of them stays closer to the end of the dock, or the head of the dock closer to the land. The other one makes his way down the dock to you guys, and he has a torch and he has a spear. Hello, who goes there?
My name is Deja. I have the writ for the boat that I rented further upriver. I wish to spend the night here.
Making it a little late into Raim, aren't you?
Indeed, and so you can imagine how tired we are.
Certainly. Sure, go ahead and tie off. The shop is closed at the moment, but I'm sure you can sort this out tomorrow. You are all very well armed. He kind of puts he kind of like grips his spear a little tighter. Were you expecting much trouble on the Nar?
We were ambushed in the midst of it, so I believe we were adequately armed. Some bandits.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
It's better to have and
Oh
not need
no!
than need not have.
Natty won, didn't she? Oh my god, I'm dead.
You can roll with advantage just because Sabhir said what he said just then. Sabhir saved her ass.
Yes, that's what we're
And
talking
that's
about.
That's +3, so a whole 5.
Right. Well, if you would be so kind, we don't usually have visitors arriving this late in the night. If you would be so kind as to put your weapons on the dock, and allow my companion and I to collect them. We will hold them for you until tomorrow to verify that everything is okay with you and ensure that you are not pillagers. Because we do have people that attack at night.
How would we know that we get our stuff back?
I will give you a receipt, and you are able to collect it at our guard post.
Would my knowledge know that I will reliably get these things back?
Yeah, this isn't this isn't uncommon.
All right, I just do what he says for now.
You know, if I don't get these back before we go to the arena, I am not going in the arena.
I hear you.
And then I comply. I give her my weapons.
I give them all the weapons that I got.
You guys make your way off the boat, start putting all the weapons down in front of him. He's keeping a little bit of a distance, and his partner behind him is kind of like unsure what he's looking at. He's like, he looks a little shifty. What?
Continue.
It's like that scene from Lord of the Rings where like Gimli and Legolas and Aragorn are just putting all of the weapons down. It's just like, here's my battle axe, here's my sword, here's my shield, here's 3 daggers, here's 2 javelin, here's my longbow, like everything. And he's just kind of like, okay. And he, what's it? Saraba. The other guy comes down. Very well. Do you know where you are staying tonight?
Do I know the name of the inn that's open all night?
Make a history check. Let's see if I remember.
Oh boy. Vigi was really drunk that night. Let's see if she remembers. That's everything is falling. That's a 9 minus 2, so 7. Intelligence.
You're 100% certain it's called the Genie's Lamp. Bless you.
I believe it is called the Genie's Lamp. Is that wrong? I was drinking a lot that night.
I think you mean the Genie's Dance.
The Genie's... My good man.
Yes, very well. Okay, so his partner collects all the weapons. You are given... He takes note of all the weapons, signs this parchment, and then hands it to you. This is your receipt to get all your weapons back the next morning. We will put them in the guard post on Dock 18. Just come tomorrow morning after the sun has come up and you may collect your weapons then. Until then, don't make any trouble. Have a good night.
Thank you. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Raim is not a very large town. It's mostly mercantile. Like most of the things here, it's got a few inns and like a market square. There's not a whole lot of like the people who actually live here. Like it's not like the majority of the people that pass through are like visitors or tourists in some capacity. Excuse me. You guys make your way past the docks. It's hard to see. It's dark at night. There are a few torches lit here and there, but not a whole lot of activity this late in the evening. It's like 2 a.m. But you do eventually find what is the Dance of the Jinn. So but people call it the Genie's Dance, but it is called the Dance of the Jinn. And it does have a single like lamp at the front that's lit. And you can tell if you were to closely inspect it, it is an enchanted flame. It doesn't actually give off heat, but it does give off light, and it is an enchanted lamp, just having a single sort of candle. It's like their trademark.
All right. Get on.
So yeah, you get inside. You guys make your way in there, or are you guys going to do something else in the town? Not that there's a whole lot to do. It's late at night.
Everything's probably closed.
Yeah, most things are closed. It's pretty quiet.
I'd probably be just as we're walking, taking note of the streets and trying to get acclimated to the town as best as possible. Like which routes would be closest to the boat, or whatnot.
Gotcha. So the layout of the town is, imagine a north to south sand, what's it called? Sand clock, sand timer, hourglass. A north to south hourglass, where the north and south portions of the town are where the majority of the buildings are. One side of the town is more like habitation for locals. The other side of the town is more mercantile, and it has all of the inns and stuff. And then there's a larger sort of road that goes down the middle of the town that goes from the docks on the east side of the town to essentially a large square on the west side of the town. This portion of the town has what you would call, I guess, the gates, although that technically doesn't have any gates. It's the main way out towards the main road into, not the desert, because this is a pretty vegetated area, but that would be the road that you guys will be taking to Haya. So that's basically the layout of the town. You would have gone down the middle road, down the main road, and then turn southward into where all the inns and the shops are and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know where everything
I
is.
head in.
Was that?
But yeah, then after that I would head in.
Fair enough. So you guys enter. It is quiet. There is one old guy that's like asleep on the table in the corner with like a flagon of ale just like sitting in front of him, and he's like snoring on head down on the table. Everything else is like dead. You see the low embers of a crackling of the remnants of a crackling fire in the corner, and you see that there is not so much like a barmaid, but like a receptionist that's also at like what the bar is. And it's this young woman, and she's just like passed out on the bar. And here's you guys comes in. Yeah. Yes, hello.
Hello. We'd like a room, 3 beds.
Oh, goodness. Oh, what time is it?
It's very
So-
late and I'm very weary.
Oh, okay, absolutely. Yes, welcome in. You see this now that you guys have made your way in, she is an elven woman, fair hair, blue eyes, fair skin. Looks like she does have a little bit of like browning tan rather than like a golden tan. Like think like somebody from Sweden vacationing in like the Caribbean. Like they get that golden sort of tan instead of like a darker sort of skin like somebody local from Alqut. And you can tell that her accent is clearly not from here. Yes, welcome. 3 beds. Do you want a single? Do you want 2 rooms with a single bed and 1 room with one? I'm sorry. It's late. Do you want 3 rooms, 1 bed each, or would you like 2 rooms, 1 with a double bed, or with 2 beds? Yes.
I am not paying, so whatever dealer's choice.
We'll take the 1 room with 2 beds in it, and is there a way to get a cot in there?
Yeah, yes, we can do that. We can certainly do that. Fair enough. That'll be for the 3 of you. 6 silver, please.
Alright.
And then she kind of like looks at you and just kind of, oh, you are a very lively bunch. Are you here as mercenaries?
We are just traveling through. I'm gonna give her an extra silver, and that is all.
I see. Well, thank you very much. Mrs. Smith, you may enjoy your stay. She hands you a key. We'll have that caught up to you in just a moment.
Thank you.
All right, she goes around the back. You can see the number on your key, and you guys make your way to your room. I mean, unless you guys want to do something else.
You just get all the room service available. Just make this
Looking
poor
around,
woman.
everything's pretty like quiet in the lobby, isn't there? There's not really much to do in the lobby aside from like harass the guy that's sleeping. But we said that we would keep a low profile, so
It's 2 a.m.
I will behave. But I did have the thought.
Immediately cause trouble.
It is low profile if no one finds out.
I'm just gonna kill this vagrant in the corner, just like I want to do something.
It's a slow profile
No.
if he is dead.
If we get up to the rooms, if we get to the rooms, are the pillows or the beds made out of down feather?
Not quite.
Would
Okay.
you know the difference?
They. Your beds are made out of straw. This has a combination of like dried straw and like cotton, like sheared cotton. It's not quite feathers. It's definitely nicer than what Vagari, you and Sabhir are used to. This is definitely nicer than that. Khadijah, this is well, you're used to roughness, but this is by no means what your home bed is like.
Right.
Yeah.
I walk over to the bed. Oh my gosh. This is very nice. Like, not dead chicken, but it's like almost like dead sheep. Like, feel Davin. How does this feel
Oh.
to you?
Okay, and I instantly go over and I'm like, wow,
Do you
Wow.
start doing it?
maybe.
Biscuits.
Like the kitty in those
No.
Looney Tunes where he like circles.
No one look at me for a bit. I have to get comfy.
Why do I feel inclined to jump up and down on this bed repeatedly? And I get up and I just start jumping on it.
Make an athletics check.
Oh god.
I mean, there's no springs in it, I assume.
I
There
rolled
are
a
not.
23. 23. My guy.
Please don't break the bed.
You get you get excited. You hop on the bed. You hop once. You hop twice, and then doo-doom. Make a huge hole right in the middle of the bed. The mattress is intact. The mattress is like down, but the wood panels that hold the bed, that hold the mattress up, you shattered 3 of them.
Guys, nothing happened. Everything is fine over here.
I kind of heard something. What happened?
I don't think that these beds are for jumping on. Lessons learned.
250-pound or 300-pound Goliath jumping on like a shitty little inn's little like shit bed.
Lessons learned?
Don't.
You know what? How about this? This will be my bed. I jumped in it, now I have to lie in it. And you guys can sleep on the nice beds, and then we even.
Is the cot there yet?
Funny you would mention, as it's like you miss the sound of knocking because Vagari broke through the wood, and then there's like a beat, and then there's like another little like duck 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 knock.
Put the blanket over that right now. I'm gonna go open the door.
You see the same elf woman with like a folded up cot sort of thing, and an extra set of blankets and an extra pillow. Is everything okay in there?
Yes, it is. I'm gonna take whatever she has, and I'm just gonna give her like 3 more silver pieces.
Yes, it
No.
is. Good night, Mrs. Smith. And she just like leaves. All right. Are you guys going to take
Jesus.
watches over the night? Or are you just going to chill? Like, what do you got? I mean, the night is yours. It's 2 a.m.
And
I'm
I'm
gonna make
feeling lonely.
I'm gonna make sure the door is locked.
It's got a little like latch there that you can place.
you guys, but we have been on the river all day, all night. I'm tired, and I think this is a good opportunity for all of us to just sleep and not worry about what could happen in the middle of the night. Let's enjoy it.
There is a part of me that wants to, like, mess with the old man. Like, tickle his nose while he's sleeping.
No.
Davin.
Okay. It was just a thought. Yes.
Davin, we can just wait and do later. Huh?
I'm standing right here in this small room with you.
You
I don't know
heard
what you're
nothing.
talking about. I was talking about jumping on bed. I didn't say anything about a man.
Yeah, neither did I. I have no idea what you mean. Good night.
Good night, Isha, my best friend.
Are you guys gonna go mess with the old man?
No.
I'm gonna put the cot right in front of the door. I don't trust these juveniles.
I love that you're letting the juveniles take the bed and you're sleeping on the cot. What a gracious host.
To be fair, I took the broken one.
Well, they were talking about like beds and like softness. I'm like, these people are so sad.
Oh,
Wow.
that's fair.
I think we're pretty chipper.
Vagari, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God.
If you roll a natural 1, you're gonna get a point of exhaustion for not being able to sleep comfortably. Anything else and you're fine. Did you roll a natural 1?
I did. I'm not joking. Like,
Did you
I don't
roll
know
a natural
if I can
1?
show you, it's literally a natty 1. Like,
That
proof is in the
is-
pudding, and I'm like kind of sad about it.
That is hilarious.
I love this.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. That's great. That's like the third one I've rolled today.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
I consider it karma.
You are so excited. Like, you can sleep on ground and you're fine. You can sleep in like mud and rock and you're good to go. But you want to sleep in this bed so bad, but the positioning, your ass just like falling through and essentially having your knees in your face as you're like lying down is just not comfortable.
No.
You will take a point of exhaustion.
Great.
I
Fantastic.
need to pull up exactly what the exhaustions are.
It's like disadvantage on skills, I think. At this
I
It should
think
be,
disadvantage on ability
disadvantage on all
checks.
ability checks, yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage on. I just wanted to pull it up to make sure. Disadvantage on ability check. That's hilarious. You had a 5% chance.
Yeah, it's
95% you would have been fine.
cool. It only makes the story interesting from here.
That's so funny. Okay. All right, fair enough. Anything else you guys are gonna do throughout the night?
Guy.
I mean, I'm in front of the door with my little cot, so
Is there a window?
There's a window.
I dive out of it. No, I'm
Are
just
you
kidding.
really?
I go. I just go to bed.
Okay.
like, wow, this is gonna be a rowdy night. You see,
You all get a long rest. Except Vagari.
This
So will I
reminds
have
me-
this exhaustion point until the following long rest, I presume?
Yes,
Okay, great.
until the following long rest.
So here it begins.
Yeah. I want to say Khadijah would have like been like, okay, we had a rest here. We're going to continue on the rest of the journey. But I also feel, but she also kind of feels kind of bad for their sad lives, and wants to help them go shopping. So they'll probably have a second night of this in.
I mean, it's entirely up to you guys.
Yeah. Khadijah's in a hurry, but she's also like, dang.
You have an important memento to keep you warm at night. All right. Next morning, you arise. Day is yours.
Are you okay there? You don't look very well rested.
I slept great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm glad you slept good. I say this hole was a lot bigger than I thought it was before I committed to this bed. Lessons learned. Don't jump on beds. Unless they have down feather.
Just don't jump on any of the beds here. Or just in general, I don't think they're strong enough.
Yes, I see this now. Well, on that note, do we want to go, be on our way, or?
I think we could spend a day here. You have the 5 gold, no? That you wanted to spend?
We could spend the day, like the whole day, not just like an hour or like the morning, like the entire day.
What happened
I'm
to you
afraid-
wanting to go so badly to Haya?
It is an...
And now we get to spend the day.
Right then.
I mean, don't make her question it. She said we could stay for the day.
Yeah, I mean, her word is law. We stay for the day.
Alright then.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, you said that you've been here before, so
Before we
there
do
something-
shopping,
okay.
I pull out the receipt. We have to go get our things.
Oh yes, I almost forgot. Yes, let's go get those and then we can go. You said shopping?
Alright. And stay in sight of me, alright?
Oh,
Don't know
exciting.
what's-
I've never been shopping. It's like I'm a pretty woman in a new town.
You are a
Pretty woman.
Walking down
Down the street.
Well, after you, I'll follow suit, Deja, and we'll get our weapons and... I mean, you know this place better than we do, so...
Khadijah's already regretting her decision. I am the parrot.
All right.
It's what you signed up for.
You guys make your way down, and it's not a large building. It's just 2 stories. You guys happen to get one of the last rooms on the 2nd story. You make your way down the stairs. The room is halfway filled with patrons. Some of them finishing up breakfast. Some of them, it looks like they're having negotiations over drinks, like not non-alcoholic drinks, just like, you know, having brunch. And like you see some people with papers. The old man is still passed out in the corner, all the way at the end of the room, and there is a fresh face, a half-orc man that is tending bar now, and he's just kind of taking orders, serving drinks and serving food, and he's at the bar there. That's all you see. You don't have to talk to him if you don't want to, like whatever. The room is yours. Do you guys want to just make it out to the guard post?
Yeah, I think that's important to do. Right off
Okay.
the bat.
For the sake of expediency, we can just say that you guys... I mean, unless you guys want to roleplay the whole thing, we can say that you guys just get your weapons back. It's entirely up to you.
What do you guys want to do?
You can get the
Take
weapons back.
over the post! I'm just kidding. We can just get them back.
We do a full-scale revolt.
Roll for anarchy.
Okay. 18.
DM's like, roll for me not killing you right here, right now.
I fucking dare you.
Anything but a natural 20. No.
Yeah, so you guys collect your weapons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you also have the boat that you need to turn in.
Yes, I'll go take care of that then.
Okay.
I really
can-
do feel like I'm having children following me that I can't leave out of my sight.
I mean, that's kind of your job right now, partially.
Ah, it's just like being with Nadia all over again. I don't get any of the benefits.
As we're walking, I'm going to try to see if I can find a jewelry shop and just make note of it.
Sure. Make a perception check.
That is a 23.
23. So the Dance of the Jinn is one of the larger, more patronized inns, and it holds a very good spot just outside of a pop-up, essentially a bazaar market, just a few streets over. You actually kind of have to... It's hard to miss it in this part of town. Most people will do trading and moving of cargo wholesale, but there are a few vendors that do sell knickknacks and all the tiny little things that they might make available to individual purchasers. So you do see amongst all of pop-up shops, there are a few that handle in jewelry for a wide range of quality of items.
I mean, I was just gonna make note of that while we're walking and doing our thing, and then when we do get free time to head back there.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. You find one. You find a few.
Okay, cool beans.
Alright. So yeah.
And then
And
Khadijah,
then-
you can continue.
Yeah. I just hand in the boat. Take care of all the bureaucratic stuff.
Yeah, we can just cut through all that. You guys managed to get your weapons back with a little bit of questions from the guards. You know, what's your purpose? What are you doing here? Oh, you're on your way to Haya, to the arena. These are gladiators. That's awesome. Cool. Good for you. Good luck in the fight.
Nobody, you've never heard of me. It's fine.
And you managed to get your boat back, or sorry, give the boat in. You will get the deposit from this guy. So effectively, you can choose for them to keep your deposit and you keep this boat reserved to return, or you can get your deposit from him and essentially you would have to make a new lease agreement when you come back. It's entirely up to you.
I want my deposit back.
Fair enough. You can add 15, what is it? Yeah, 15 gold back to your inventory, because it was 10 for the rental and then it was additional 20 for the deposit, but
Yeah.
you talked them down to 15.
I'm just
And the
that
receipt
good.
reflects that. So you only get 15 back.
Okay.
All right, aside from that, the day is yours. You have the bazaar and the pop-up shop. You have all the docks that you guys can check out. The other side has a small square. There's not a fountain in this square, but it does have like a... I mean, it is a fountain, but not an active fountain. It's more like a pool, and it's not in the best conditions. And this is kind of like the exit of the town onto the street, and you can see there's a lot of caravans there, a lot of people kind of going in and out. There, it's a busy town. It's a town, but it's a busy town.
Okay. I turned to the other two. Well, what do you wish to buy?
I don't
Maybe
even
head-
know what we can buy. I've never been
It-
shopping before.
Head to the bazaar?
The bazaar? Yes, we could go do that first.
Alright. Let's go there then.
Okay. You guys make your way back into town, and there are, like, it's loud. The first thing that you guys notice is the sheer, like, shouting and trading and haggling and just, like, a cacophony of voices just making deals left and right. The other thing that you notice is the incredibly varied bouquet of smells here. There are fresh fruit. There is recently cut meat being cooked, platters being made. There are spices and herbs and like all manner of culinary a myriad of culinary varieties, and there are perfumes being sold. there, as you notice, jewelry. That's if you were to look at the hourglass. The top half, as I mentioned, is mostly residential. The bottom half is the mercantile portion. Where you are on the east side of the bottom half of the hourglass, where the Dance of the Jinn is, that is where the bazaar area sort of is. On the other side is mostly other way. West side is where the Jinn's Dance of the Jinn is and where the bazaar is. On the east side, it's a larger sort of more spaced apart buildings, and it's larger wholesale trading. So these are people who are trading like entire like large jars or jugs or crates of material and the like. You would also know, Khadijah, you may not have necessarily attended, but there's a few taverns for sure. Sometimes they have musical entertainment. Make a history check.
Oh no, I'm not good at that.
I'll say you get advantage because you've been to this town so many times.
Okay, I got a 15 and 11.
Okay, that's more than enough. It's not a big deal. You may not have participated, but you have heard that there are like sometimes like rumble matches, like not necessarily full on fights, but people get together and like they do competitions that they gamble for and things like that. Nothing formal, but you can play in a game of cards, a game of chess, arm wrestling competition. Like it's very informal, but that does exist in this town to some extent, especially with so many visitors.
Right.
So these are all the things that you can do in this town.
Alright. And I relay that to my companions here. There's a lot of different options to do here.
Then, is there something that you want to see first?
I saw a shop while we were walking to the boats. That looked pretty interesting to me. The games could be cool, could be fun, but we have to keep that inside. Keep our promise to Deja, the blood killer Smith.
Yes, at least conspicuously we have to keep our promise, eh?
Perchance, maybe we can break free, where she can't find us.
I'm gonna assume that I'm not right next to you when you say that.
I'm saying that to your face. No.
Oh, you want to go now, do you?
I look at Deja to see if she's like distracted by something or if she's actually being attentive.
Sabhir, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check, I guess, or a deception check, up to you, and we'll see if it beats Deja's passive perception.
All right, it's gonna be a 15.
My passive is 17.
Yep, you catch every word of it.
I just put my hand, like I go between you guys, put my hands on your shoulders, and be like, I can hear everything you're saying.
Deja!
We can leave right
Deja.
now.
He is just playing. We have been playing since all last night.
I do not play.
Well, loosen up. Maybe we should go to the bar first. Teach Deja how to play.
Yes,
I do
yes.
not drink on the job.
Well, technically, we are not on the job because we are having fun.
You are the
Deja.
job.
Well, it's up to you, but you are my best friend, and I think it would be nice if best friends drink over perhaps a glass of wine. Make a joke here and there. That's what we do, at least in the arena. But maybe things are different for you and your best friends.
Buy your trinket, and then we go.
Okay. Davin, well, where was that trinket you were looking, or the shop you were looking at?
I think it was this way.
And I'll head to one of the jewelry shops. I guess I'll go to the shopkeeper and
Excuse me, is there any shiny stones, shiny rocks, anything like that
Okay.
that I can buy cheap?
So, I'll preface this. I'll let you know that the bazaar area for individual consumers is very tightly packed. It's incredibly dense. You cannot get through without like needing to like put your hand on somebody and like squiggle through and like shove people around. It's very loud. It's very active. You saw 3 different shops. 3 because it's not like a store. It's not like a building that you go into. It's like these pop-up shops, one right after the other, these tables with all of these sort of knickknacks and stuff out and about. So there are 3 that you saw. One of them looks like really, really fine jewelry, really like as fine as you could find in a place like this. The other 2 were mostly like the one that you found that's like fine is all already made jewelry. It's all set. It's already everything's on rings and necklaces and bracelets and all this other sort of jewelry. The other 2 shops are mostly run by individuals that have like the stones in like a section and then what the stones would go on in a different section. So they assemble the jewelry for you at the spot. So those are the 3 that you saw.
I want to go to the one where it's the stones and the sets.
Okay, where you like where they assemble it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. You see one of them is run by a young girl, an Alqutian sort of native, and she looks a little like uncertain of herself and she's just kind of like working on a piece. The other one is run by a very old woman. Like this woman is like slowly like grabbing and she's taking the pincers and like bringing the bits down on the ring and like twisting it, and she's like taking her time with this one item, just this beautiful ring, and you can see the delicacy, the how delicate she's being on it. Which one would you like to go?
I will go to the old lady.
Okay. Old lady is there, and she doesn't look like she's paying attention. She's like so focused on her work.
Excuse me, ma'am. I am looking for stones. Can I buy stones from you?
You would like one of the stones?
Yes, I do not require the jewelry, only the rocks.
Very well. What would you be interested in? And they're separated by essentially color and shape. So you have, imagine basically the rainbow, the 7 colors of the rainbow. You have them lengthwise, and then high-wise, you see that there are different shapes. So the smaller ones, which are like circles, sometimes cut into regular diamonds or squares. There's like a little heart-shaped ones, and then closer to her is like larger of the same kind.
Gotcha. In that case, I'm gonna find a dark blue one.
Okay.
A burnt orange one, and and then a yellow one. But the yellow one, I want to try to see if I can get polished smooth, or if there's already a polished smooth one that basically looks better than the rocks that Vagari found in the treasure chest.
Okay. So you do manage to find them. How much?
Oh, God.
She looks at what you've collected, counts it up. That would be 75 gold pieces for the 3.
75.
If you're getting like larger size, those are significant. Like those are pretty big.
I mean, the main one that I'm trying to buy is the one that's a better golden rock than the one that Vagari found.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that one mainly. The other 2 were could be smaller, like smaller rocks.
All right. Okay. We'll take these, and she hands you like the larger golden one and the 2 smaller ones. 35 gold pieces.
Is this enough?
And I hand her 19.
Make a persuasion check.
That'd be a 12.
Can I say something too?
Go for it.
Like, she doesn't have like a lot of people lined up for her, right?
Not like a ton of people, no.
I don't
She's-
know how.
She's got a few people like looking at her stuff, mostly admiring the jewelry that she's already made that's behind her, but people are moving back and forth quickly.
I do not know how much commerce you'll make this day, but a deal today is far better than a potential promise tomorrow.
She looks at you and looks at Sabhir. Very well. 19 gold pieces it is. And she gives you a little wink, Sabhir, and then goes back to her work.
Go ahead and hand her the gold with my right hand, and then I'll grab it with I'll grab the stones with my left.
Fair enough. Left is your banded hand?
Right is my banded hand.
Right is your banded. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. She accepts the money and then continues to work, and she just laughs a little silently to herself.
Cool. I will put that in my satchel like I just won the lottery, and
I am good to go.
Alright.
Just thinking, we've never been in a town like this before, correct? They have to have some sort of either healer or a potion place or something, because frankly, I mean, sometimes I don't even notice it, but just now, your hand, we could literally go and see if we can find something to give you like a true remedy.
I have tried many a times. Nothing works, but I could restock on the herbs needed for the wrap.
Yes, well, I think that's a great idea. Whatever herbs they have here, I think are bound to be way better than what we get in Arena. I think it's worth stocking up, and maybe it'll give you some sense of assurance, and that maybe you'll feel better.
Were you injured in a fight?
No, I was injured as a child. Burned.
I see.
Never really healed the same. But you do make a good point, Vagari. We should find a healer. Restock so that way it can change the bandage.
Yes, and I mean, honestly, there might be better healers here than what you found when you were getting it looked at before. You never know. I'm optimistic. Maybe we will find somebody who is great in their work.
Quick, too.
So I guess I start looking around to see if we can find either like a potion shop or like a healer shop or something within that vicinity.
Sure. Make a perception check.
With disadvantage.
I mean, if you want.
No,
Hey,
she's-
Sabhir,
Oh
do
yeah,
you
that's
also see
right. You're
anything around?
exhausted. You're
Whoa, 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 whoa.
exhausted.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I will
Disadvantage.
also look for any healer stuff.
Go ahead.
And may I
With
give the help
disadvantage,
action?
I still got a 17.
Help! Sabhir, what did you get?
Oh, I was gonna give her the help action to cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
By
Well,
I
also
rolled a
looking.
14 both times, so
You
we
do
go.
manage. You do manage to. You do manage to find something of an apothecary. It instead of having like an open table with all the things sort of laid out, this person has a little bit more of a tent. It's a little more bound, and it has a little more space. And you can actually walk in. It's not huge. It's maybe like 30 feet deep by like 10 feet. It's not really like a gigantic space, but you guys can walk in and meander a little bit. There's bottles and
like super crowded, like the other one.
yeah, it's pretty crowded. Like there are people coming in and out of here and stuff like that. And you do see an older man at the back, and he has like a gnarled face. Not necessarily because of age, but he just looks like he was like beat the fuck out with the ugly stick. Yeah. And yes. Thank you very much for your time. How may I help you? Yes, hello, newcomers. Oh,
My
a
name
barbarian
is
from the north. Sorry, a Goliath from the north.
Yes, I'm from the north technically, but I've lived in mostly Menzar my entire life in Moosbrak, so I'm pretty familiar with Alqut. More or less, it's relative.
Fair enough. Well, how may I help you all?
Yes, so my friend here, we will call him Sabhir, my Davin. He has this really bad burn, and I was curious if you were expertised in healing. See, his burn's pretty bad, he doesn't have a lot of feeling, and we were going to see if you had either potions or herbs that could help remedy that and kind of bring it back to life.
Certainly. No, we absolutely have this. Let me see here. What that which we will call Sabhir. Apparently, may I see your injury?
Yes. Here.
And I'll start unwrapping the bandage from the elbow down to all the way to the fingers.
I wish to observe this.
He takes a good look in. Mm-hmm. I see. He sticks his nail in. Does that hurt?
No, it does not.
I have just the thing. He walks around his sort of counter. He like goes to a few shelves, picks a few items, picks a few spices, a few herbs. He goes and gets like this sort of like solution. He like swirls it around, looks at it, comes back, pulls out a beaker, mixes everything in, muddles it, finds another bottle out from under the counter, pours it in, stoppers it. 5 gold.
Can I insight check
It's-
this dude?
Go for it.
I want to see if he's like a charlatan or something. My dice just rolled behind my screen. I can't see it.
You may re-roll.
That is cocked. Why is this? Oh, that's a nat 20. It landed on my
For a total of
27. No,
Oh my
27.
god.
25.
25.
Yeah.
He rolled a nat 20 as well, but beats it. He's very good at this. He is a charlatan to an extent. He does have some things that genuinely fix remedies, but what you gather is that with a 25 insight, as far as his expertise goes, he doesn't believe that he can do anything to fix this, but he believes that the placebo effect will be enough to lessen the at least emotional pain of this client, and in so doing, trying to get repeat customers for the future
I
and
just kind of
sell
put my
other
hand
things.
in between. On second thought, I think we'd best look elsewhere. But thank you for your time.
How are you? What are you trying to convey with this? Like, are you telling him like, I know that you're full of it?
A look there, but like she's trying to keep it civil. This being like, she doesn't look uncertain at all. She's just kind of like, apparently that's kind of like, I think we've had enough here.
Okay. Make a either persuasion or intimidation check. Up to you.
I'm gonna try persuasion. That's a 14 plus 3. So, 17.
Very well. He takes the bottle and puts it back under the counter. If there is anything else I can do for you, please let me know.
We shall. Thank you. Follow me. I try to get you guys to follow me out.
I start following closely. Deja, was there a reason that we don't want to buy from him? I'm confused.
Are we outside now?
Yeah, you're outside.
The man's a charlatan. You gotta be careful of scams.
Oh, scams. I never would have thought that people would be so mean and dog eat dog out here. I mean, this is supposed to be civilized.
Well, there are many...
Would my knowledge of medicine while I was treating patients, would I have understood that some of this stuff was real inside his tent?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Make a medicine check. Let's see to what extent.
It's going to be an 8.
You're used to working with more rudimentary stuff. Basically, all the things that you have worked with were in that shop, and they do have certain remedies for certain ailments. Absolutely. About 75%, 80% of the other things that are in the shop, you've never seen. And for all you know, it could be snake oil, but you definitely know that, like, at least a fifth of what's in there you have worked with, and you know what they do when mixed together.
Gotcha.
Some of the stuff in his shop was... I've seen. I've used. He didn't seem like a charlatan to me, but... Whatever... You make the choices.
The best liars tell most of the truth.
Deja, you seem very good at reading people, and I don't know if you could maybe help us, but I mean, Davin is literally like my brother, and I would really like to find some remedy for him. He acts, I pull her away. He acts like it doesn't bother him, but I know he would be so much happier if he did not have to do this every day and tend to this wound. And this is an opportunity to perhaps help him forever.
As they're doing this, I'm putting the bandage back on.
If it plagues him as much as you say, and for as long as you've said, any sort of treatment will be more than 5-fold. If something is too good to be true, then it is not true.
I mean, how much are we talking? Like 15 gold? 20 gold?
Or such an old injury. Extensive surgery, maybe? Or magic? But some injuries are harder to heal from than others. And sometimes they don't heal.
This seems to be one of them, and honestly, it really pains me that I cannot be of more help.
You have a good heart.
Like, there's nothing at all we could do. This is like one opportunity. Because once we go back to the arena, I mean, we're back, and he's not going to be able to find the help that he needs.
You're really pulling my heartstrings here.
I'm really crying!
I must be firm in my duties.
You must
I'm
know of
sorry.
somebody in this town who might be able to help, somebody I could give a favor for.
I don't believe there's anyone here.
Well, losses be losses. Maybe we will be more lucky in Haya.
Maybe.
Well, come along. We must not be sad all day. We are after all in a great city, and we must make the most of it, right, Davin?
Yes. Where to next?
Deja, I know you don't like to drink, and you don't have to, but something sweet, either a mead or a cake or something. I think that would make me feel better, and then I guess after that, if you'd like to head to Haya, we can go about our way.
We can see if we can get a bottle of mead out here then, and then continue on our way.
That sounds good. And I start looking around for, I guess, a bar.
Yeah, sure.
Or somewhere to sell.
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. God. A 5.
It's very busy, and you are quite tired. It's a little too much chaos. But you know the way back to the Dance of the Jinn.
It's probably the best place to go through anyway.
It is one of the biggest inns in here. Like,
well,
can I see? Sorry, can I see if there's like just a cellar of bottles? Because it's terrible to buy an actual bottle from a bar.
you wanna buy like from the corner shop, and then so you don't have to pay like bottle price.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
Why not?
Why not?
For them, it'll be great. I got a 19 plus 7, so 26.
Like
Where's
this,
the booze at?
Not only do you find like a few vendors that have like all sorts of stuff, there's a group of 4 vendors that are regularly like, one of them is like, 2 gold for this excellent wine. I will sell mine for 1 gold for this 5 silver pieces, and this is the best wine you have ever. 5 silver, that is highest, that is robbery. You sell nothing good. That is bullshit. You don't know what the fuck I sell. The swill that you drink would never indicate to me that you are a man of taste. You take that back. My mother make this wine. Hey, your mother don't make shit. Look at you. And they're just like back and forth, just like yelling, like bringing their prices down, bringing their prices up. There's 4 of them just like yelling at each other.
I have found a drink and a show.
Fuck you, Shorzy. Fuck you, Josie.
All right, I'm going to try to.
Friendly Letterkenny fans.
I'm going to try to figure out who to buy a bottle from, and see where this race to the bottom goes.
You buy from me. You buy from me. This is the best. What are you looking for? You're looking for wine, for mead, for rum, for vodka, for gin. I have it all. I have all the things you want. Everything with the flavors. You want strawberry, you want blueberry, you want bloodberry, you want whatever you want is all yours.
Do you have a mix of mead and bloodberry?
I can do that right away. So he grabs a big jug from behind you. You're like, hey, no, come and buy from me. I sell the best blood mead wine in the entire bazaar. I am the best at this. And like, they're all hollering at you.
Is he putting blood in the mead?
Not real blood. The flavor.
I don't know about this, but okay, I trust your judgment.
Would you prefer?
If it tastes like metal, we'll know.
Yes, I don't want iron mead. What is bloodberry?
Marco, what is bloodberry?
Bloodberry is a delicacy. It is a fruit mostly found by the brackish area, so where the fresh water meets the salt water. The salt content is enough for the soil in the area to get these an interesting mix of nutrients, and that's mostly along the coast, especially where the mouths of the river of the Nar end up. That's where these sort of berries grow. It's a delicacy. It's expensive. It's rare.
Okay. I will switch over to the blueberry mead since she's uncertain and it's cheaper.
Fair enough. Yeah, so that'll be like 5 silver for the blueberry.
I'll get 2 bottles.
You get 2 bottles. There you go. 1 gold will get you 2 bottles of blueberry mead.
All right. So I give him the coin and I get the 2 bottles. All right. Now we go.
Pleasure doing business with you, young miss. Thank you very...
I go away. I walk away.
No, wait, me! Come back! Wait! Wait! I think that was her. Did you see? You don't know what you're talking about. Your wine is such shit, your eyesight is out of your ass.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
And this is why we keep a low profile.
They go right back to fighting.
We're leaving town now.
Do we want to go back to the inn? What time is it anyway?
It's still fairly early morning. Well, I mean, you guys got your you guys got all the things that you needed, and then returned your boat, got your materials, did a little bit of shopping. We'll call it about noon, because you guys woke up a little later as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll head out now then, and start heading to Haya.
Good to meet
So you guys are not going to spend another night in Raim?
No, they were being very conspiratorial, and I don't trust them anymore.
Fair enough. You guys make your way towards the west side of town, and that is where we're going to take our break.
All right.
I want to take a little earlier, but I want to find a good stopping point. I think this is good. So,
That's fair.
for those of you following with us at home, we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. If you're watching this on the VOD, which is probably the only way to watch it, we're going to be back in about 2 seconds for you guys. But for us, it's going to be a little break. And welcome back, mortal kind. We pick up with our heroes having gone to the bazaar, recovered their equipment, and returned the boat. You were beginning to getting recognized. There was a moment where somebody started to recognize you, Khadijah, and you very briefly removed yourself from the situation. What would you guys like to do now?
Start heading to Haya. Get on that main road.
Yes, the shopping was nice, but I agree. We should head out today.
We
Okay.
still have a distance of ways to go.
Fair enough. So you guys make your way to the west side of town of the Hourglass, and there are a number of essentially caravans coming in and out. Lots of carriages, some of them much larger and luxurious. Looks like some noble people are traveling. Minor nobles, but still nobles. You see larger wagons that only have like a driver and then a covered wagon, presumably for all sorts of products and goods and such. You do see a couple of other of these carriages that look like they're housing people. And seems to be one person in particular, a middle-aged tan man in simple clothes with a bandana on his head. He's got a clipboard and a fairly sizable money pouch by the look of things. What's the word? Full goatee. And he's just like speaking in like 5 different languages to different people coming up to him, and he's just like directing a ton of people. This looks like the guy kind of like in charge for passage to Haya. Khadijah, you would know that you can You can either rent horses or camels or other sorts of mounts. You can make your way to Haya on foot. You know that what is typical and normal is to join a mercenary guided caravan through to the road to Haya. It's not uncommon. And in the past, when you have needed to, especially in your more clandestine operations, you know that you will, instead of needing to pay to be taken, you could actually get paid a lower rate, just like a little bit, like essentially you get free passage and you get a small little like pay for being one of the protectors of the caravan. You've done this a handful of times.
Right.
So your choice to go for a mount, go on foot, or go with a caravan.
I'll take the other two. The safest option for getting across would be to take the caravan. It'd be... You could even earn a little bit of more money for yourself. Maybe get another trinket over at Haya.
That's a pretty good trade by me. I say the caravan.
Alright. I'll go up to the guy who's speaking all the many languages and try to listen to which one he seems to speak most fluently in.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Cool. Verse 19.
19. What languages? Hold on. I can pull.
Okay, do you want the whole list?
No, you have a lot. You can speak Common. You've got
I did do the whole thing.
Sainton. Yeah, I see that. You got Sainton, you got Sainish, Claresian, Undercommon, Primordial, so you can speak all of those. You didn't add any of the Alqutian languages, but yeah, you speak quite a bit. Most of what he's speaking, let me just pull this up for myself because
would it be the Claresian?
Like Kintrish?
Yeah, so what he's going to be speaking primarily is going to be Kintrish, is definitely what he's speaking mostly, but you do catch a few Sainish words, and a few, you don't speak Grudel, but you do speak Sainish, so you do catch a few Sainish words here and there, and you also hear a few Claresian words here and there. The person that he speaks Sainish to, you can see is this half-orc, like they look like ex-military with the haircut, this female half-orc with a breastplate and a desert scarf. They have a faded military haircut. And she's got like these desert goggles that are hanging around her neck with the scarf that she has like kind of just draped over her back. And so they're speaking Sainish, and she's like preparing stuff and going back and forth, and he's like yelling. What'd you roll in perception? What was it? Like 19?
Yeah, 19.
19? Essentially, he's getting her orders on like, he's getting counts of how many people are joining that caravan, telling her like, prepare for this many, prepare for that. You're going to take this route and all this other stuff. And she in turn is yelling to another guy that you can't see that's behind the actual carriage. But you do hear some shouts back. Okay. This is the group that's going to Haya, is what you can glean off of a 19. Okay. And you gather that the guy's name is Namib.
Namid?
Namib, with a B. Namib.
All right. And what language did? Sorry.
You can speak Kintrish with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll speak Kintrish with him. So I'll go up to him. Excuse me, Namib.
He looks up. Yes.
As you can
How may I help you?
Me and my companions here are armed and willing to travel to Haya. We're wondering if you'd take us with you. We'd be happy to offer our services as sellswords.
kind of like takes a moment, takes you in. He looks at first. All right, so you say this. He's got his clipboard. Well, you have a scraggly cub. The northerner looks like she's formidable. Yes, I think that we can do very well with your services. And he yells over, Hilda! I have friends for you. The orc comes over. Yes, Namib, what is it? These individuals say that they can offer assistance in guarding the way to Haya. That is very good to know, yeah. You recognize Khadijah in particular. You would recognize that her accent, she's speaking Sanish. Her accent is from, she's speaking Sanish, but her accent is Grudel, and she's from region. Yeah, we can always use capable warriors. She eyes you all over. So 2 more warriors for guarding the caravan, yes?
3. The scraggly cub, as you called him, is also quite formidable. I saw him take down a giant alligator.
Sometimes it's not how big your muscles are, it's how quick you can move.
Make a persuasion check.
Alright.
No,
Which
Sabhir.
Oh, him? Okay.
Yeah, Sabhir.
It's going to be a 4, my good sir.
She goes around, puts her arm around you, and just kind of like grabs your cheek and a little bit of like the mane around it. You tell them. You can absolutely do whatever you want. That totally went to Claretian accent. Very well. We leave in an hour. If you need to do any shopping, feel free to do so. But we will be... It's a big beige one over there. Any questions?
How long will this journey be with your caravan?
I'm expecting a journey to be 5 days. If we push a little faster, maybe we can do it in 4. If we push really fast, we could maybe do it in 3, but I don't think this is possible. But yeah, 4 days should be doable, especially with 3 warriors. More should be... Could let caution go to the wind a little bit and go at the faster pace. Oh, I'm so sorry. My name is Hilda. Very nice to meet you. And you are?
Deja Smith.
Deja Smith. And you?
I am Vagari Firus Runner Gothicanati. But you can just call me Vagari.
Vagari. Understood. And you, Mr. Fierce Lion Warrior.
Sabhir.
Sabhir. Wunderbar. Well, as I said, we leave in an hour. Come and meet when you're ready. My companion Nash, he will be the other one assisting, so we can have a meeting beforehand, before we leave, so that you can understand your roles, and we will go from there, yeah?
Understood.
Wunderbar. See you when you're ready. And she turns. As she turns, it's not hidden at all. Namib, she elbows Namib, and Namib gives her a wink, and she moves on.
Oh boy. Alright, stay on guard for the caravan.
Of course, we'll do.
So would you guys like to do any preparations, anything you want to do, or do you want to just go straight to Hilda and Nash?
We get wasted. No.
You have 2 bottles of blueberry mead.
I'll protect you.
Anybody else? If I got it.
Stupid.
Little did you know, he already got into the mead.
Wow, he is stealthy.
There's a quarter of a bottle left. Like, what the fuck?
I didn't hear no bell. Oh man. Yeah. No. I'll start packing. If they need help still packing the caravan, I'll start helping with that.
Vagari, Khadijah?
Yeah, I'm basically just here waiting to be told what to do at this point. Khadijah's kind of taking the reins, so.
I sort of just start scanning the road ahead of us. I'm trying to I'm walking around the caravan and trying to clock who's going to be with us.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Just get a head count kind of thing.
For sure. There are two people who are particularly well dressed. They don't look necessarily noble, but they look like they might have a significant amount of money. There are a halfling and a dwarf that seem to be almost with your passive insight, you can tell enough that they have some kind of brotherly relationship, this halfling and this dwarf. And with them, as they're having this whatever discussion they're having, an elf woman comes by and she kind of smacks the dwarf. So there's some kind of sibling relationship between those three, but they don't look like warriors by any means. Right. There is another dwarf on the end. He's sitting down on the wheel and he's just taking little notes. He's got the tiniest little notebook and he's just taking small little notes. There are two other elves and a female elf, a male human, and a dwarf, and the three of them are just standing around chatting. There is an individual that they are all wrapped up. They have all of these wrappings around them with a single haversack and a bow. This is the only other person that has a weapon. Everybody else looks pretty civilian-like. Aside from that, just Hilda, and you have not yet spotted Nash, the other companion who would be a protector on this trip.
Okay.
I can send you a list.
Please do. I was taking notes and then I spilt my drink all over my notes, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sucks.
My guy!
I will type this up.
Thank you.
I'll message it to the group.
Thanks.
when it's all
I'm
done.
very upset with myself right now.
You didn't
No,
have
for
to share
sure.
that little piece of information.
You know what? Because he just started sipping on the mead. How about that? That's what happened. That's canon.
Fair enough.
She's like, okay, I've done my job. We got a bit of time to pass.
Namib goes back to dealing with other such people, and you see Hilda's lifting crates. Sabhir, you said you're going to start helping lifting crates?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's putting stuff up. Not that this is a challenge by any means. I will let you roll either athletics, performance, or persuasion. Up to you. To be clear, you cannot fail this. This is just to see to the extent of which you
15.
15. Yeah, so she absolutely underestimated you, especially with the bandaged paw. You're lifting things and helping her in such a way. That's very good. So you do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yes. Dead weight. It's heavier. It feels heavier.
As opposed to live weight, like cattle, or
Goes cross.
Well,
that's
you
what.
never.
No, sorry, Khadijah said something.
If you've ever, picked up, anything and it's live and it's wiggling and it's, it's moving around, it's a lot easier. When it's inanimate like these boxes, it's a little heavier.
Yes, I think I understand. Fair enough. And you are proficient with the shields and the spear and the sword and the scimitar and the bow. You're very well armed.
Well, the spear and the shield is what I've grown attached to. My sister showed me how to use it.
Very well. And where is your sister?
Oh, she's over there.
And I'll point to Vagari.
Who am I to judge? Fair enough. So, the Goliath is your sister. Interesting. And you see that she's carrying just, there's a great axe on her back, and there's a spear leaning next to the carriage where she's lifting. And, like, you can kind of tell based on, like, her equipment that it belongs to her. Well, as long as you know how to use them, that is all I care about.
Oh, yes, I have had many years of training.
All right, well, maybe you are stronger than you look.
You gave me too little credit.
And I'll throw one of the boxes up by myself.
Make an athletics check with advantage.
Natural
You
20.
kill a man.
Natural 20. It, like, not only do you, like, just, like, lift it.
It's in the other cart.
Well, I was gonna say it lands. Do you want it to be in a different cart?
No. No, I'm good.
It lands, like, square on top of, like, the other box. And precise. Very well. You can show me what you can do if we get attacked, little cub. He winks at you.
Well, the way that I've learned is a sharp, twisting, jerking motion when you pick things up. But careful not to use your knees, as those can get weak. Use your back and a sharp, twisting motion to lift these up. It's how I do it.
And I'll just walk away.
I guess how like Sabhir like sabotaged all his competition at the arena. He just gave them bad advice.
She looks like thoroughly confused. You just walk away.
Yeah, 100%.
Make a either deception or persuasion check.
Oh man, do I have to tell you which one?
Yeah, just tell me the number. It doesn't matter.
11.
11. Okay. You're walking away, and she's like. And she just like lets you go. She like
Beautiful.
Khadijah Vagari.
Do you know how much longer we might have packing up these caravans before we leave?
Well, you guys have the hour. You guys can just decide, like, no, we're ready to go. I was just, if you wanted to do anything before it's time, is what I'm saying.
I was just asking, Deja, in case we had a little bit of time just to sample the meat, because this is about to be a very long walk, and ever since we bought it, it's all I can think about.
I give her the bottle that I already opened and started sipping from.
Deja! You are my best friend, but you drink without me. Naughty.
I grow thirsty.
Well, it looks like I have some catching up to do. And I start drinking it.
Okay. All right. You guys are drinking your mead, just kind of chilling there. Roughly an hour goes by from the moment, and Hilda kind of like waves you guys out from behind the caravan, is just kind of like for the three of you to join.
All right.
I walk up.
All right, you guys walk over. There is not necessarily like it's like a makeshift table, and she sits down and invites you guys to sit down as well. There's ale on the table and some snacks. And Nash, we are having some meeting. Get it ready.
Deja, look, there's ale here too. We just drinking all the things before we go on this trip, apparently.
You can drink of here, but I will abstain for now.
It's probably wise.
From behind the caravan, from the front, you can see this figure that was putting together the reins on, the horses for the carriage. You see a hobgoblin in a poncho with a 10-gallon hat, and his upper fangs hang out of his mouth, and he has a scar down his left cheek.
I thought you were about to say a mustache.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say mustache too.
He has like, it's not a mustache, it's like a beard. It's like the mustache that goes into the beard, but all of this is gone.
Okay.
None of you guys played with Sabhir, but it's Sabhir's look. It's he's got like the what is it? The Roosevelt or the Theodore? Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt. I think
The mutton chops.
Yeah, it's like the mutton chops, but it goes into the mustache.
Interesting.
And he saunters over, poncho, 10-gallon hat, and he's got also desert goggles hanging from his neck. Howdy, I'm Nash. You three, the other ones to help us escort the caravan here.
Yes.
Yes.
He grabs the chair, sits on it the wrong way, like facing. Haley, you sure this is good? These are good choices? He's eyeing Sabhir. They seem capable. I trust them. Especially that one. And she like nods at Khadijah. Nash kind of looks at you and just kind of... Alright. Well, Haley, you're up. Good. We are going to take shifts in turns of 4 hours. Nash will be the head of one, I will be the head of another. Vagari, you will be with Nash. Khadijah, you will be with me. Sabhir, what I would like you to do is stay in the caravan, keep an eye on all of the civilians that we are transporting. If anything gets past us, you are the last line of defense. If we require additional existence, you will come. You are comfortable both in close and long-range combat?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Sabhir.
Yes.
Excellent.
Somewhat.
So you are... Wunderbar. There should always be one person in the front. Generally, Nash is the person that is driving. I typically walk behind the caravan. We'll be switching on and off so that we may rest, and not everybody is walking all the time. Do you have any questions? Any of you?
No, not at the moment. What was my position exactly relative to the caravan?
So, when Nash is at the front, you will be at the back, observing,
The back.
keeping an eye out. You are, and she like points to your great axe. You're a close encounter combatant, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. So, Nash is a ranged combatant. That is his speciality. I am also a close encounter combatant, which is why, Khadija, you will be observing the perimeter with me.
Understood.
Okay, well, that all makes sense.
I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Is this cargo high risk? Should we be expecting a lot of attention, or no?
No, I don't think there is any more danger than there typically is. There was a significant attack on a caravan a few weeks ago, but no more than normal banditry as far as I understand.
I see.
Just normal bandits.
Okay. Can I insight check to see like if it's being shifty at all?
Yeah, go for it.
And can I also do a second insight check to see if I have a feeling one of the people in the caravan has recognized me.
Sure. Make the first insight check to see what her
Okay.
what she's.
My first one is 13 plus 5, so 18.
Yeah, she's honest about the case, but she didn't really like do you want to press her for details? She seems honest.
Seems honest in the fact that we wouldn't get additional attention, or
She seems honest in that there was one odd instance a few weeks back of a significantly higher attack, but the attack on the caravan seemed to be uncharacteristic in the level of the attack. And she has no reason to believe that you will be attacked in the same capacity. It seemed like a one-off, and it's kind of one of those things like, well, the bomb already went off, another bomb isn't going to go off in the same day. You know what I mean? Lightning doesn't strike twice.
I'm going to press her a little bit. What was this previous event? I'd like to be able to tell if there are patterns or anything like that.
No, clearly that is a good idea. Good to be properly informed. So, a few weeks back, there was... I was not in it protecting this one, neither was Nash, one of our compatriots who is currently on the road. They were part of it, they survived. It was a 3-wagon caravan. There was... trying to think of... It was a lot of people. There were a number of dead. The bandits did get away with the goods. Few people got away with their lives, but it did not seem to be... It seemed to be an oddly coordinated attack. I think it was a lizard folk. There was perhaps some gnolls and some kobolds, as far as I understand it. Which is odd, because gnolls and lizard folk, they keep very tribally to themselves. So I'm not fully understanding as to what that may have was. Then again, it was a very large target. 3 carriages is very rare, so perhaps they saw an opportunity for mutual benefit. But we only have one caravan. I'm not concerned too much about a sizable attack on us.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
My pleasure.
Was there a warning sign beforehand? Did you ask him?
Yeah, we debrief fairly intensely after such an attack. I could probably find the report, but from my understanding, the first shot was at my comrade with an arrow. There is a place, there are some canyons down the road that we will be passing through. Thereabouts is where the attack was, and it was during dusk. So as long as we make our timing we time ourselves properly, shouldn't be a problem for us.
Well, I, for one, have no more questions.
Yes, I'd say I'm ready to go as well.
Looks like Khadijah.
I think my companions and I are ready to move on.
Very well. You may all enter the caravan for now. We won't necessarily need to take turns observing until we're a few hours out of the city. It's generally very trafficked and very safe. The first portion of the trip. Nash. All good, Hilly. Let's giddy up. Yeah, I went there. I got a cowboy. What's up? You all make your way onto the caravan.
Wait, you all or y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all.
You all get into the caravan. Into the carriage. There are essentially 2 rows of people. Where you can sit, 2 benches, and then there's a second carriage attached to that carriage that has basically all of the equipment and stuff like that. So you guys get into the people carriage. There are, I want to say 6 horses. That sounds right. 6 horses enough for 2 caravans? We can remath it later to make it make sense. There is an appropriate number of horses pulling 2 carriages worth of caravan.
I mean, if you just do a tricycle of horses, you're good.
Are these 6 horses white?
No. They
Are
are
they
of varying
coming around the
colors.
mountain?
What's that?
Are they coming around the mountain?
They are not. If this is a reference I'm not understanding. I'm gonna play the foreigner card and be like, I don't know what you're getting at. Sorry.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
You all get into the carriage that has all of the other people. They greet you politely. At the front, you see that Nash is sitting where he's holding the reins, and Hilda is sitting next to him. And then Nash says, "Y'all comfy?"
God,
What?
that's Southern hospitality.
All right.
Where did you say you were from again?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I grew up. I grew up on the really western side of Alqut. Don't know if you've necessarily heard of it. If I could find my map.
Oh, wow. I've never heard that accent
to-
before. I was just
had to
very
do
curious.
this.
It's a very strange one, even to my ears.
Yeah. You ever heard of Yaka?
I can't say I have. No.
Have I?
You have.
Yeah.
Yaka is much further west. Well, that's where my hometown is, but I grew up in Kastai, further west. So that's where this accent is from.
Okay, very interesting. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, little lady. All right.
Lady.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nash's Riding Compound. We are here to protect you, ensure that you have the smoothest of trips to your destination, Haya. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, or compliments, feel free to let me or Hilly know, and we'll be sure to rectify whatever situation may be abating you. Any questions from anybody? Everybody good on drink? On snack? All right, well, let's get this show on the road. And he just like sits back down and yeah. And you guys make your way out of Haya. The blistering sun, it's high noon, is in the sky. The winds dance with the dunes in the distance. While it is still fairly vegetative, you can see the sand dunes off on the horizon. What is Hayam doing?
He is flying high above us. He's like keeping proximity with the caravan, but he's not coming to land on my shoulder or anything. He's like doing his own hunting or whatever.
Gotcha. Hayam flies in between Nash and Hilda, just out into the sky. And as Hayam climbs up and he sees beyond the road ahead of you, caravans coming and going, and to your back, to the east, leaving the delta of the Nar and the small town of Rahim in its hourglass figure, we are going to call the session here.
That's perfect timing, 'cause my
Awesome.
headphones died.
Hey! Fucking gnarly, bro.
Thank you all very much for joining. Yeah, not a whole lot more to say. I'm excited for the next session. I'm excited for this. Today was really good. So if you are watching, you are probably one of our Patreon subscribers. Feel free to enjoy the rest of the wonderful content. And thank you for watching Quest Accepted. Thank you and good night.
Good night.